That's where it's at right now this month. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you in advance for all of this. I appreciate it. If something crazy happens, we may react, but for most part, I'm probably turning off the comments when we get started. Second, if you have an entanglement story, please, you see Jess, the author, in the comments. She has been the ultimate admin for this show. You see her there. Please hit her with a fave. Please message her. She will get back to you immediately. Immediately, she will get back to you so we can get you on the show. Guys, my admin works very, 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 very hard, okay? She is very prompt, very responsive. So if you put your hand up and she gets back to you, please get back to her. Don't have to, don't make me have to come chase you down. I'll do it, but we don't like to do that, okay? If we don't have any stories, we don't have any entanglements, and then at Tuesday, 8 o'clock, what are we going to do, okay? And lastly, guys, these are people's real stories. So people volunteer to come in and share their stories. I don't hear these stories in advance. I hear them with you. So we're hearing them for the first time together. So let's cut up in the comments, but let's please be respectful as much as possible. It takes a lot of guts to get up in that box and put your business out there like that, all right? I think I covered everything. Those of you that are in here, if you are new, welcome to Entanglements, a featured show here on the app every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. My usual entanglees, please make sure you make our guests feel welcome. Show them to a comfortable seat and let them know it's okay to cut up. We've got an hour and 10 minutes to misbehave, okay? Okay. Who was here last week? Who was here last week? Put a 1 in the comments if you were here last week. Put a 1 in the comments if you were here last week. I love you too, Traveling Man. I see you. Okay, so for those of you that missed it, if this is your first time here, I'm not even going to ask because y'all are going to troll me anyway and tell me that you were here last week and in the same breath tell me that you're brand new here. So we're not even going to go down that road. But for those of you that are peeking, not speaking, and kind of don't know what's happening here, if you missed last week, that is okay, because what we always do at the start of every entanglement show is we do a recap. We recap what happened last week. So I'll get you all caught up and then we'll get into tonight's entanglement. Okay, all right. The only way I know if you guys are ready for the recap is if I see drink and snack emojis in the comments. Hello, Travel Bay, I see you. Please put drink and snack emojis in the comments. Your drink and snack emojis in the comments. It's the don't give us the recap for me. I don't know if you're trolling the story or you're trolling me, probably both. Too bad. Recap it is. I don't think the next story can carry us for the next hour and a half. Okay. All right, y'all. Ooh, I almost knocked down my whole drink. All right, guys. Last week's entanglement was with Kim. And Kim, baby daddy, changed her name to K2 because her friend's name was Kim too. And K2's hubby. So this entanglement took place back in May. Well, it starts in 98. I'm going to ask again, how old was everybody in 1998? I was about 16. 1998, you were 0. How old? 8, 7, 20. Okay, 4. Oh, man. All right. Well, then the story's too old for you. In any case, May of 98, Kim graduates from high school. 18 graduates from high school, baby with her baby daddy, high school sweetheart, and K2, her best friend. K2 has been her friend since elementary. They grew up together. Good friends. Well, in fall of 1998, baby daddy and K2's now husband decide to join the military, and they go off to basic. Right after Kim's baby daddy leaves, Kim finds out that she's pregnant. Now, when baby daddy decided to go to the military, Kim was going to college. They decided that, we're going separate ways, we're doing separate things, so they weren't going to continue their relationship like that. Once she found out she's pregnant, she let baby daddy know, and they decided they're going to see how things go. They're going to, try to make it work through this. Well, K2's hubby and baby daddy, they go to basic, they graduate. So Kim and K2 head off to the graduation. So they drive down there together. And this is when, I guess Kim started to notice some red flags. First red flag happened here. So the first night that they're there, Kim just assumes, you've been away at basic all this time. Surely we're going to spend the first night together. The first night of seeing each other, we're going to surely spend the night together. Well, she goes to bed, wakes up, no baby daddy. So she's trying to think, what's going on? Why didn't he come back last night? So she thinks, I'll go to K2's room. I'll go to her and her hubby's room, that we're here at the same place together. Goes to the room. K2's hubby's there, but no K2. K2's hubby says, you know what? I had a lot to drink last night. I don't even really know. So they start looking for them. Now remember, y'all, this is 98. So they were paging them on the beeper. I don't know if any of you have ever, well, those of you who were 8 don't, but the few of you in here that had a beeper, they were paging them, okay? Not a lot of cell phone action going on. So paging them, no response. About 30, 45 minutes later, the two of them come back. K2 and baby daddy come back, and they come back and they have breakfast, and they said, oh, we bumped into each other outside while we were smoking a cigarette, just got to talking, decided to go grab breakfast. So they bring back breakfast. Kim kind of is uneasy about this, but you know what she said? She didn't mention it. She just took note. Rest of the trip, which was only another day, stayed calm, and they went back home and it was fine. We're fast forwarding 4 years. Over this 4-year time period, everything seemed fine with both relationships. They did a couple things together, you know, nothing out of the ordinary, she said, was happening. So now we're in 2002 and baby daddy decides he's not going to re-enlist, and K2's hubby decides that he is going to re-enlist. So they have this downtime together before K2's hubby leaves to, you know, just work on a family and do couple stuff. So they were spending time together, just like couples. They both have young children now, and everything seemed fine. At the end of 2002, more red flags pop up. Kim says they would hang out together and baby daddy would make uncomfortable comments. He would constantly make comments about wife swapping. Like, hey, we should swap wives for a night, or hey, we should do this and that together. And, you know, it would bug Kim, but, you know, she just took a mental note. She would kind of ask, but she left it alone and let it be. He would just brush it off like, oh, you know, it's just jokes. She would talk to her best friend K2 about it. She says, you know, I know, but I'm sure he's just kidding. He doesn't mean anything. We're in 2003 and K2's hubby gets deployed. So he's gone, and while he's gone, K2 says, you know, hey, do you think baby daddy can help me with, you know, the man things around the house since my husband is gone, you know, like mowing the lawn or fixing things? And, you know, that's my friend, sure, why not? Well, baby daddy started going over to help fix things. He started going over a lot, and Kim started to notice that the math wasn't mathing, y'all. The time wasn't adding up. If K2 lives 10 minutes away. We're doing math, guys. If K2 lives 10 minutes away and she needs the lawn mowed, mowing the lawn, let's just say it takes 30, let's just say 45 minutes. Let's be gracious. 45 minutes, okay? 10 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get back, 20 minutes, 40 minutes to mow the lawn. That's about an hour. We'll give them a little 10, 15 minute, hour 15 max. Why is it taking baby daddy 3 hours, y'all? Why is it taking baby daddy 3 hours? Math wasn't mathing. Now, Kim said a couple of times she did try to roll up on him. She did try to roll up and see if she could catch something. But the few times that she rolled up, he was doing what he said he was supposed to be doing when he was over there. So it didn't, you know, that didn't really pan out for her. But one day she just asked him, she confronted him again and just says, this is not making any sense. Why does this keep happening? And instead of a conversation, baby daddy said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. I'm moving out. Decides to get his things and leave. Baby daddy says, I'm going to go stay with a friend until you figure this out and you get over this. I don't know. You need to get over this. So he leaves. Kim wakes up the next day, drives to the friend's house that he said he was going to be at. And guess who's not there? Guess who's not at the friend's place? Baby daddy sure is not there. He's not there. So she says, where could he be? If baby daddy is not at his friend's house, where do y'all think baby daddy went to? Where did baby daddy go to? Where could he be? K2. She said, let me go by K2's house. She goes by K2, doesn't see anything at first. And she drives to the side and notices that his car is parked behind the house where you can't see. Behind the house where you can't see the car. So Kim decides to drive the same way, pulls up at the back of the house where they couldn't see her coming, knocks on the door. The son opens the door, K2's son opens the door, and she sees behind the son in the living room, baby daddy and K2 snuggled up on the couch under a blanket. They see her, they pop up, they say, you know, nothing's going on here. Kim leaves. They exchange some explicit words, but Kim just leaves. Kim leaves. I can't make this up. This is what Kim said she did. She said she left. She sends baby daddy an email. She said she sent him an email and put in writing, we're not together. You're responsible for paying this and this and this to take care of our son. And this is that. She said she wanted to have it in writing. So that's what she did. After that, baby daddy decides to move in with K2. Now remember, K2 is still married and her husband is deployed. Kim said she tried to reach out to K2's husband about what was happening and didn't get a response. So about a month later, she goes to baby daddy's job. He was working at like a furniture place. She's going to the job to get some money. K2 is standing outside the job. Kim is so distracted as she drives up there that she hits the curb and flattens her tire, messes her tire up. K2 sees her there, leaves, doesn't cause a confrontation, takes off. Baby daddy comes, changes her tire, gives her money, and she leaves. About 2 hours after that, baby daddy calls her and tells her, I think I made a mistake. I want another chance. I want to come back. Now, at this point, after all of this has happened, he's left you. He said he doesn't want to do this. Ladies, would you take him back? If he came back and said, I made a mistake, I want to come back, are you giving him another chance? Are you taking him back? Well, Kim was young and she said, okay, we can go to dinner and I'll hear you out. So Kim goes to dinner, hears him out. He admits to the affair. He admits to the affair, y'all. So remember back at the hotel where they said they bumped into each other? What he ended up telling her was, we did sleep together in the car. They were drunk. They went to the car. So Kim rode back home from the hotel in the car that her best friend and her baby daddy had sex in. They rode home. She rode home in the car that they did that in. So he admits it. She says fine, and he says I'm moving back to my mom's house. So baby daddy moves back with his mom, leaves K2's place, moves back in with his mom. Kim goes over a few weeks later to go, discuss, what's happening with the kid. While she's there, y'all, K2 pulls up to the mom's house. K2 pulls up to the mom's house, banging on the door, and K2 lets it be known that she is pregnant, y'all. She tells him that she's pregnant, and it's his. They're yelling and fighting outside. Baby daddy stays in the house, doesn't even bother trying to go out there to say anything. He stays hidden in the house. K2 leaves. Kim comes back. Kim is calm. Kim says, well, if she really is pregnant, we need to first find out if this is real, but we need to do the right thing or take care of the kid. 1 to 2 weeks later, go by. All of a sudden, K2 reaches out and says she has a miscarriage. She's not pregnant anymore. So whether she really was or was not pregnant, we don't know. Well, after this happens, they're back at his mom's house having a discussion about him moving back in with Kim, right? To move back in, make this work. And K2 shows up again. I don't know if K2 is just stalking or what's happening. They're in a small town, but K2 pops out again. K2 is outside calling the baby daddy to come outside. Baby daddy stands, I need y'all to visualize this with me. Baby daddy stands up to go talk. Kim looks at baby daddy and says, you better sit your back down. Baby daddy sits down. Kim is now fed up. Kim gets up, walks to the front door, y'all. Kim said at this point, she saw nothing. She just saw red and her son's baseball bat sitting next to the door. Kim walks out the door, picks up the baseball bat. I need her, Beyonce walking down, with the hot sauce on her shoulder. I need y'all to picture that because Kim was coming out the door with the bat on the shoulder. She comes outside and starts having a conversation with K2. K2, you need to get out of here. I'm done with this. And Kim said she was standing by the car and wanted to beat out of the car. At this very moment, okay, they're yelling back and forth. Okay, K2 is saying he's never going to be faithful to you. He's always going to be this, and that. Kim's cousin is driving by in the SUV. Kim sees this yelling and like a good cousin pulls up on him, pulls over and waits. K2 sees this and just kind of assesses the situation, jumps in her car and takes off. Now, it could be the end of the story. She takes off, she leaves, whatever. But Kim was so upset and Kim's cousin was with the you-know-whats. Kim hops in the SUV. Cousin says, okay, turn around, car chase, y'all. Dukes of Hazzard style car chase down backcountry roads, okay? You got K2 in a car, Kim and Kim's cousin in an SUV, skirting all through the back trying to chase it. Kim said she had the window down, pointing the bat and everything, yelling all kinds of expletives, chasing down these roads, but they were in an SUV, so you know K2 did a skirt and the SUV couldn't scat enough that she got away. So K2 got away. So they go back home. Go back to the grandma's house, sort things out. Baby daddy and Kim decide that they're going to move back in, but they're going to move to a different town. So they moved to a different town, and for 2 years, everything seemed fine. But here's the thing, guys. They lived in a different town, but baby daddy still worked at the same job. So he was still coming back to the same town. About after that 2 years, while they were still together, everything was fine. He admitted that 6 months prior, he had ran back into K2. The feelings were still there. He started another affair with her. Kim finally left him for good, went back to her mom's. And to this day, K2 and baby daddy are married. They have been married now for, I guess, well, she said they're married now for 13 years, and they also have a kid together now. Kim said something very poignant. Kim said that she realized that she loved her son and her son's well-being more than she could ever hate K2. So she's cordial, but she don't with her. You know what I'm saying? All right. Whew. Let me take a sip. That was good. We ain't friends, right? That's what I said. You ain't friends. Kim, did I get everything? Okay. Yeah. All right. Y'all ready for this new entanglement? I don't know how this one is going to go, y'all. This one could go either way. Y'all just put the fire emoji in the comments. I'm not even going to ask for snacks, y'all. Just put the fire emoji in the comments, or maybe put the ice emoji in the comments. It depends on how you feel about this person. It depends on how you feel about this person. Y'all, please welcome. Sometimes he's gold, sometimes he's not. Oh, it's the honey for me. Y'all, it is men's not hot. Men's hot. Men's too
not
hot.
the big screen.
Oh boy.
Yo, give thanks.
How are you tonight? You look like you're ready to.
Super fantastic. How are you?
I'm amazing. Y'all, please welcome. Wait, did someone say man's a thought? What? Oh Lord.
See,
okay.
That's why I'm afraid to come on this show now.
So this is what we're gonna do, right? I know Jess properly prepped you, right? So no cursing. This is a featured show. Take it low, take it slow. I'm gonna ask that you guys. Oh, I see you, Jaeger. I'm gonna ask that you guys turn the comments off. Okay? Can you turn the comments off? Because you know how it is. You've been in here before, so I don't want you to be distracted. We're gonna take it low and slow. Are you ready for this? I want to let y'all know that man sought us out. Man did come to us and say, hey, I have an entanglement. Man's also after hearing whose entanglement? After hearing Weddy's entanglement was Kim's entanglement. He said, I don't know if mine's is an entanglement or not. So we're gonna just see, y'all. All right, hold on. This. Okay. All right, so I'm turning my comments off because I know I can't be distracted. All right, so we got you. We always start. We got Mans. Okay, who are the people in this entanglement?
Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna say I don't promote or endorse infidelity.
Okay.
You hear that? Yeah, I just want to get that out there.
Okay, the disclaimer. Okay,
yeah,
well.
That's my disclaimer. I don't promote or endorse infidelity. So there is Mans.
Okay.
There is roommate BFF.
Okay, your roommate BFF. Okay.
There is Crazy X.
Oh. Okay. I don't know if we like that. All right, Crazy X is roommate BFF is a male or female?
Female.
Female. Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. Just the three of you, or is there more?
There's roommate number 2.
Roommate number 2. Okay.
Also a
What? How
female.
many bedrooms are in this house or apartment?
It's a 3-bedroom condo.
Okay, 3 bedrooms. All right. So you, your roommate BFF, crazy ex, and roommate number two. Now is roommate number two male or female?
Female.
Female. Okay. All right. That's everybody.
No. There is girlfriend,
Okay.
and then it depends on how the story progresses, how much information comes up forward. There is potentially somebody else in the future.
Oh, oh, okay.
So you
All
can
right.
say like future wifey.
Future wifey. Okay.
There are other people too, but they're not that pertinent to the story.
That's fine. We just want the
But
main players so that we can
there.
follow along the main stories. Okay. All right, y'all. If y'all are just tuning in, welcome to Entanglements with me. It's Itsjillybaby. If you just got here, no problem. We are just about to hear tonight's new entanglement by Mans. What are we, y'all? Are we calling Mans not hot? Are we saying Mans too cold? What are we saying tonight? How are we referring to Mans tonight? Y'all tell
Just
me.
man's. Just
We just
man's.
calling him Mans tonight. Man's mild. Someone said man's mild.
I
Man.
go with that.
Man, we gonna call you Mans today. All right, Mans. So let me know, where do we what's the time period of this? Give me, like, when does this start?
Before we do that too, one more disclaimer. Some background. So I grew up in Jamaica, obviously by the accent. My dad has 9 kids. Yeah.
Your
Three
number
of
one.
those, 3 of those is with my mom. I'm number 7.
7. Okay, you're part of the later group. Okay.
Yeah.
7. Okay.
So that plus, like I said, I don't endorse or condone infidelity. So the timeline is
Wait, you know what? I'm
2008.
gonna ask you afterward. The timeline is when?
2008.
2000.
2008.
Okay. 2008 is when we started.
Man's just got out of the military.
Okay. What branch of the
And
military were you in? Thank you for still.
army, baby. Only one to be in. No,
So
this to any other branches, but they all know that.
fresh out the art. So you just got out the army. So you didn't re-enlist, you're just out. Okay.
Nope, I was done.
Okay. All right.
I was Sergeant Mans back then, and I was a club promoter.
You were a club, of course you were. Where is this taking place? What state?
Well, most of it takes place in New England.
Okay.
That's as much I'm gonna say.
Fine. All right. So
Because when I got out of the military, I left Tennessee and went to
okay.
New England.
Okay. So you get out the military and you're a club promoter.
No, I was a couple. Well, I was while I was in.
Oh.
And then when I got out.
Okay. Fresh out army. Okay. All right. So you're out of the army. Is this what you're doing now? You're promoting clubs. That's what your primary. Wherever
That's
you.
like that was like my side thing.
Okay.
When I got out, I was working at a casino.
Okay.
As a manager at a casino.
Okay. All right. So let's go.
So this is summer of '08, just got out of the military. And I, at the time, was still with Crazy X.
Okay. And you and Crazy X were together for how long at this point?
So that was June. That was a little over a year.
Okay. And was Crazy X in the military, or you met her
No.
after you got out?
No. When I got see, okay, when I got back from Iraq,
Okay.
My ex-wife and I shortly after decided that it was not gonna work. So while we were separated and filing for divorce, Crazy X and I got together.
You got, okay. I'll put that as a little asterisk as we talk about this.
So back then though, with ex-wife, Mans was a fat back then. Like I said, like 150 pounds lighter, and I was a fat back then. With Crazy X, I was saying, I'm gonna do the right thing because I got a son that I need to set example for. So I'm gonna do the right thing by my kid and make sure he knows that he can be an upstanding gentleman.
Okay, so you get out summer 2008. You and Crazy X have been together for about a year now. She moves with you. I'm assuming she goes. So you guys are together.
She's from New England, so we're both from New England.
Got it. Okay, so you guys both move back to New England together.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what's happening?
We I was doing an event at a club. Now, I'll preface this and say there's some good advice in music sometimes, that's why they say music soothes the soul. The no disrespect to any woman, lady, female out there. When they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, I tend to agree with that. Crazy X was a hoe. Um,
But
I thought, oh my bad.
how'd you meet her?
Uh, Out when I was club promoting.
Okay, so you met her at the club.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh,
She had been with a lot of dudes. Really, I shouldn't call her a hoe. She had been with a lot of dudes.
okay. Okay.
But so I was doing an event,
Okay.
and I was there with her this time. At this point, we were together,
Hmm.
and a buddy of mine that we were military buddies.
Okay.
He didn't know that her and I were dating yet. Just kind of walk up and slap her on the rear, and I was like, "That's okay."
Wait,
So
you said that's okay, and then you
no,
did it.
no. In my mind, I was like, "That's not how we greet people." I mean, I don't, but I was like, "All right, whatever. Is what it is." So anyway, I talked to her about it because something else had happened in the past, and I was like, "Yo, this ain't gonna work for mans." That's
Wait,
just
you didn't say anything to your military buddy? No, nothing.
Oh yeah. I was like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm with her." He's like, "Oh, yo, I didn't know. No disrespect." Rah, rah, rah." Um, and I know the kid, so I knew that if he had known, he would have never done that. But for
Okay.
me, it was insight into just how familiar this young lady was in our town because it was a small town.
Okay. All right. So you talked to her about it then.
No, that was pretty much the last straw for me because she had done something before
Okay.
that had me suspicious.
Okay. Suspicious of
What
what?
suspicious of her being a hoe bag.
Okay.
So
So this is what does it for you. This incident does it for you, and you guys break
right,
up.
right. So what happened before? I was out on a mission with my soldiers, and this was late, like 2 o'clock in the morning. We had been texting earlier in the night, but by this point, I was done because I was out doing live fire lanes, and I
Uh-huh.
thought that she was sleeping by then. But I got a random text that didn't make sense in the conversation we were having. I was just out of place. Um, about this is why y'all got to make sure y'all texting the right person. Anyway, the text was something like, I missed the times that we shared, blah blah blah, and hopefully I'll be able to see you again. And so I was like, yo, man's is out here busting his rear, fighting and supporting this country, and
In,
you are out here thotting.
in the comments, be honest. How many of y'all have sent a text to the wrong person that potentially got you outed for something? One in the comments if you've done it. One all the time. Not all the time. Y'all. Oh, all right. So you get this text. All right. So let's make sure we progress this story. So
Right.
you had already have been suspicious of her. You get to this event. Military buddy smacks her on the ass. It triggers you to remember this, and you're just kind of adding these things up. Like she's already done suspicious, suspect things. We had this text message incident. Now this incident. Why is somebody so comfortable enough to just come up and smack you on the
Right.
ass? And so yeah.
And the reason why it triggered me was
Okay.
because, like I said, I used to be a hoe bag.
Okay.
So that kind of stuff to me, I was just like, nah, I ain't done. This was me before I decided I'm gonna make the change after my divorce.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not doing that. But it sucked because I was hurt.
Okay.
She eventually did admit that she had gone on a cruise and she had made out with this dude, blah blah blah, but nothing happened. But I don't buy that. So
Okay. So
I called it.
after the butt smacking incident, it triggered these conversations, and so I'm
Right.
assuming you guys broke up.
Yes.
Okay. 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 So what happened here?
So
You guys are living together, I'm assuming too.
we were. But when we broke up, I left
Okay.
because I had a friend that I was working with at a casino. I was a manager. She was in HR,
Okay.
which is ironic. But anyway, um, and she had the condo and
Okay.
already had the other girl roommate. So this person now, HR girl, this is roommate
Roommate
BFF.
BFF. Okay. So you leave roommate BFF.
No, I leave Crazy X.
No, you leave. That's the thing. You leave Crazy X.
Yeah,
Roommate BFF hooks you up with a place to stay. A
right.
place to stay. Okay. Roommate BFF. Um. Okay. All right. So you move in with roommate BFF, who also already has her friend in there, which is roommate number two.
Right.
Okay. Hooks with place. Uh, share condo. Okay. All right. So how's this go?
So at this point, I'm like trying to be done with Crazy X, but she would show up to the casino unannounced. Security, like they had known her, so security would be like, "Hey, yo, Chris is out. Crazy X is out here,"
Hmm.
and da 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 da. Da. And I'm just like, "Nah, just send her home. I'm not coming out on the floor." She would show up to roommate BFF's condo. I have no clue how she knew where we lived
Okay.
because roommate BFF was a friend.
How long
Go ahead.
was this happening? For how long was she just showing? Like, how long
A
did these
couple months. A
couple of
couple
months?
months.
Okay.
Until I was like, get your shit together. It's not gonna happen. Because like when I broke up with her, I was serious about old girl. When I broke up with her, like her dad cried. It was a whole deal.
Okay. Okay.
Appreciate the rainbows, y'all. So a couple months that went on, and eventually she kind of squashed it. She
Okay.
was doing some stuff that made me think she was crazy.
Okay. Did she
So
damage any of your property?
no, thankfully, no.
Okay. So just pop-ups, just creepy pop-ups
Yeah,
everywhere. Okay.
just like I'm leaving for work and I worked overnight and I see her car at the park and I'm like, we live right by a park. I would see her car just randomly at the park and I'm like, yo, come on. But I think she knew where I lived because when we broke up, I was still working at a casino and my car is easily identifiable.
Okay. And she followed you home, pretty much.
I'm assuming that's what happened.
All right.
'Cause
So
the
from months
first
to
time I know she was stalking me was when she popped up at the crib.
no, when you say she popped up, she was sitting outside. She knocked on the door.
No, she would just park in a. So the condo had like a long driveway
Uh-huh.
going in, and
Uh-huh.
then just a bunch of condos. And I would see her car in there, and we were together. I know she didn't know anybody over there. So
Okay.
she'd be at the park across the street, and her car would be in the condo. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's weird. Then, oh, sorry,
It's okay. It's all right.
this person is weird. Then she'd show up at the casino too,
Right.
needing to talk to me. And I'm like, yo, we've got nothing to talk about.
Right. Okay. So this happened for months. She finally gave up.
She finally squashed it.
Okay.
I stopped working at the casino and
Okay.
went into school full time.
Okay. So where are we at this point? Because that was in summer of
This
2008 where we started. So at this point, where are we at? Where are we at? This is like
we are
2000,
now spring of 2009.
spring of 2009. Okay.
Yeah, I enrolled in spring of 2009.
Okay. You're going to school.
So at this time though, the major that I went into a healthcare field. I somehow convinced roommate BFF because she really was my BFF. Um, she liked the idea, and so she enrolled in school at the same time.
Okay.
So now we're both in the same major. It was a dual degree program.
Okay.
Um,
Did she leave the casino too? So y'all both just quit?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So we both left the casino and we're both in school full time.
Okay. So you guys are going to school together now.
Right. So like I'm paying her rent for my room and her friend is paying her rent. And so the three of us live in this condo.
Okay.
I used to do a lot of trips because like when I got out of the military, I'd saved up a ton of money and I
Okay.
had done some early investing. And so I
Okay.
used to do a lot of flying trips.
Okay.
And one of my trips coming back, I had an event that I was promoting, and it was it looked crazy because so this small town didn't have a lot of like limos and that kind of fancy stuff because it's country.
Okay.
But I flew in from a trip and I had an event, so I had to go right to the event, and the only taxi available was a limo.
Okay. Okay.
So here goes man showing up to this event in a limo, and people thinks it's all planned.
Okay.
Roommate BFF is already at the event. Her roommate is already at the event. And I meet this chick that she looks familiar to me, but I didn't know her. She comes to the VIP area and talking to me and the club owner. Uh, I kind of figured she was attracted to me, whatever. So I was like, all right, we'll do this. We'll
And
talk.
who is this? Who is this?
This was girlfriend.
Okay, so
This
you meet
became
your
girlfriend.
right, but coming back from a trip, you show up to in a limo and you meet your girlfriend.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Girlfriend apparently had heard about me and liked me. This none of this was known to me. I found this out afterward. Anyway, we're dating now, and I still live with roommate BFF.
Okay, so the girlfriend, like you literally just you never met her before. She looked familiar. Y'all started talking at this event. And how long after did y'all become a couple?
I would say maybe a month.
Okay. Okay.
What I learned was this. She had gone to my school prior to me, was in a healthcare program as well, and graduated the fall after I got there the spring. So she graduated fall of '09. I got there spring of '09. So then I
Okay.
realized that's why she looked familiar, because
You
she
seen
went
her on campus. You saw
yeah,
her on campus.
and we
Okay.
were in like the same buildings quite a bit.
Okay. So you start dating.
We start dating, but by this time, roommate BFF and I were F buddies. I don't know how to term that.
Pause. Y'all. First of all, let's be honest. How many, put a one in the comments if you've ever had a roommate that turned into a roommate with benefits. One in the comments if you had a roommate and it turned into a roommate with benefits. One in the comments if that turned out to be a good idea. One in the comments if that turned out to be a good idea. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, so wait a minute now. Give me the timeline to this, okay? When did roommate BFF turn into roommate with benefits?
It actually pretty much started when we were at the casino.
Y'all see how men tell stories, y'all? Do y'all see how men tell stories? Do you see how this should have been mentioned in the beginning, but we got all the way here, and now he telling us the whole time he been living where the Mississippi? See, men's.
Because I didn't want to add all of that to the story.
It is a very important part of the story, sir. Speaking of, it started when we had the casino. Were you sleeping with roommate with benefits while you were with Crazy X?
No. Right as we broke up, though.
Right as we broke up, so you wasn't quite broke up?
No, so right when I moved in with her, we started getting more familiar.
Okay, all right. So roommate BFF hooks you up with a room in her condo as well as hooking up so you were paying for a room, but you wasn't sleeping in the room? You were sleeping in her room?
No, I was sleeping in the room. Like I said, so I was very clear about that. I did not want to be in a relationship after Crazy X had hurt my feelings. And so
all right,
by the way, I will say that's a hard lesson to learn. I will say that.
Okay, well, we'll get back to the lesson. Let's get through this. Let's get through this story. Okay, so roommate BFF, I'm changing roommate BFF name to roommate with benefits because that's what this is. Okay, so you move in with roommate. Y'all, if y'all are just getting here, this is Entanglements with me. Itsjillybaby. We are deciphering Mans' story right now in Entanglements. It's 2000 in the summer of 2008. Mans just got out of the army. He moves to New England with Crazy X. They were both from New England. They had been together for about a year at the time that they moved. He met Crazy X while he was also in the process of getting a divorce. So they moved back to the hometown area. Mans was doing an event because that was one of the things that he did. He promoted events, and at this event, one of his military buddy had walked up and smacks the behind of Crazy X, and it kind of triggered him to remember some past incidences that they happened that made him think that she wasn't being very faithful or honest to him. The butt smacking incident turned into a discussion and other things where she admitted that she had gone on a trip and had made out with another man. This ultimately led to them breaking up. Okay, so Mans and Crazy X break up. And Mans was working at the casino, And his coworker who worked in HR, roommate with benefits, said, I have an extra room. I have a three-bedroom condo. I have one roommate. I have another room. You can move in with us, and that's fine. Hooks him up with a place. So they share the condo. He's in a condo with roommate with benefits and roommate number two. Now, as soon as he moved in, it turned into a roommate with benefits situation, y'all. All right. He didn't want to be in a relationship, but helped each other out. Crazy ex for about a month or so, couple of months, kind of was stalkerish for a while, would pop up at the casino, would be parked outside the condo, real, I don't know, what is that, single white female movie, like that kind of really crazy stalking around. She finally gives up, y'all. In 2009, spring of 2009, Mans decides, I'm going to go back to school. He quits the casino, but he also convinces roommate with benefits that she should also join the program as well. So she leaves. So now they live together, have benefits together, and go to school together. Y'all got that? Okay, they're going to school together. So Mans one day is coming back from a trip. He gets back, gets into a limo. That's the only type of car they had. Shows up to this event, a little flashy. Roommate with benefits is there. Roommate number two is there. But he meets girlfriend there. Girlfriend says, he thinks she looks familiar. Girlfriend, shoots her shot. I see you. I'm interested in you. They like each other. They talk for about a month, and now they're officially together. So this is where we are right now, y'all. She recognized him and he recognized her because she had just finished the same school program that he was in. So they'd seen each other on campus. So during this month that you guys are talking and dating, okay, before you're officially a couple, are you dating and still benefiting at home?
Yes.
Okay. When you decide to become a couple, do you discontinue your benefits? Do you not re-enroll for benefits? It's a yes.
Time. Hold on. Let me explain.
Okay.
So we had already. So like I said, I used to travel a lot. I still kind of do. But anyway, besides the point, we had planned a trip to Jamaica because roommate BFF was like really a BFF. So she like knows my family.
Who planned the trip to Jamaica? You and girlfriend or?
Me and roommate BFF.
Okay.
And roommate number two.
Okay. Okay, so you had this trip planned to Jamaica.
Yes.
Before you got with girlfriend.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And we had decided now this was after we had been official. So this was early on though when we started dating.
Okay.
Went to Jamaica and we went to this party. Parties in Jamaica are crazy.
Who's we? So this Jamaica trip is with your roommates, not with girlfriend.
Right. Me and the roommates.
And are you with girlfriend though? Girlfriend is
official at this point.
It's official. So you tell girlfriend, me and the roommates are going to Jamaica. We're going on this trip we had already planned.
Right.
And girlfriend's okay?
Yes, because at this point, like I said, I'm living there. Girlfriend comes over all the time. We cook dinner together. I used to host some wine and cheese parties. Okay. And because I'm like still promoting, so I have to like be out there. And girlfriend is aware of that and was fine with that.
Okay. So you go
heavy on the was fine with that. So me and the roommates now take off on this trip to Jamaica. I'm like giving them the yard man version of Jamaica. So they're like meeting some people and having a good time. We go out to some parties, and in Jamaica you party literally all night.
Okay.
So you be out from 11 and you're not going back home until like 7 a.m.
Okay.
So we went out to this party, me and the roommates, and roommate number two had taken off with a buddy of mine. So he was like, yo, we'll be back tomorrow, da da da. I'm like, yo, that's fine. Me and roommate with benefits, we're going back to my it's like a cottage type deal. But anyway, we were going back to the hotel.
Okay.
So she was saying how she's a little bit mad because she thought this entire time that we were talking that it would have grown into something. So she's drunk, she's high, because we were like blazing and drinking. Anyway, we get back to the cottage and she is like, yo, I'm a little bit mad that you're dating girlfriend because I feel like we were growing into something. And I was like, yo, we're not growing into anything. We're just friends. Um, but
And
it
you had no clue that up until all of this.
no,
You didn't. Okay, hold on.
that she
Ladies
was
in
catching feelings. No,
hold on. Ladies in the comments, did you see this coming? Did everybody in the okay. Okay. All right. So she admits that she has feelings. She's kind of upset about it. So what happens? In this vulnerable moment, what happens?
we end up smashing in the car. So then we get back home.
Car. Okay. Smashing in the car. Okay. 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 Admits feelings, and you tell her when she admits feelings to you, you tell her like, why would you think that? Or your answer is you just have sex.
I'm like, nah, we're just friends. I don't know why you're thinking that, and blah blah blah. And she starts initiating.
Okay. 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 All right. So you have sex, go back. So that's the one time. After that,
This is the one time since me and girlfriend were together.
right. Okay.
So when we were headed back, um, her and I were actually able to talk because my connection from Atlanta to LaGuardia, we got bumped up to first. I have Delta Medallion. We got bumped up to first class.
Okay. So you
And
and
so roommate number two was still in coach. So
okay.
we were together in first class and we were able to talk. And I'm like, yo, this can't continue because you know that I'm with a girl and I'm trying to be good.
Okay.
So we go back, we're doing school.
And that
Everything
conversation,
is
how did that conversation go? She was like, okay, like she
yes. She's gonna
okay,
respect that.
okay,
Because girlfriend, like I said, knew we lived together, knew we were friends, all this stuff. Our friendship existed prior
okay,
to girlfriend.
okay.
So she was fine with it.
All right. Okay. So you get back to girlfriend,
Yes.
everything's good. You don't say anything, everybody's cool.
I did say something because I believe in honesty.
Changed man. You did say you were trying to change the man. Okay. So
Right.
you get home and you tell
So
her.
yeah, I get home. The minute I get home, I tell girlfriend like, look, yo, I'm gonna cook you your favorite meal. Come to the crib. We need to talk.
So, okay, hold on. Let me finish this. You, instead of going to her, I need to see reactions to this. Instead of going to her, you invite her over
Yeah.
to where you are with roommate number two and the roommate with benefits to tell her that you slept with roommate with benefits who's right there in the same,
In the
yes,
same house. When we had the conversation, we weren't in the same room. They were. I don't know where they were. We
but
were in
there
my.
is that you brought it to that. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. All right. So you invite her over, you cook her dinner, and you just tell her.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did this go?
She was pissed.
Sure.
But when I was telling her that old girl was catching feelings and all this, she's like, well, she's not surprised, blah blah blah.
So you told her everything. You told her that you and roommate were you broke it down to her that before you met her, you and roommate were sleeping together.
Didn't tell her that. I just told her it happened in Jamaica.
All right. You know what? We have to get through this story. I'm sure we can ask questions after. All right. So you invite her, you admit to affair, but you portray it as the roommate BFF was catching feelings, admitted to it, and you guys just ended up having sex.
Right.
Okay. Continue. And so she was upset and she says she's not surprised.
Right.
Okay.
We were also at this time like just a few months in.
Right, right, right.
So I was still living with roommate after that, but now girlfriend wanted to be more present.
Of course. Of course.
So she would come by all the time, want to do dinner all the time, want me to come to her apartment all the time. So I started spending a lot more time at her apartment, but I still had the condo.
Now, so I need to understand, you tell her this and roommate BFF is there. So what does that look like? How does their interaction look like now?
That looks like strict. So, mm,
And did roommate BFF
is-
know you were inviting her over to tell her?
no. I just told her that that girlfriend was coming for dinner.
Sir.
I didn't have an open conversation like, meet the family. It was like we were having dinner, but then me and girlfriend went away and we were talking.
Oh, okay. And now after you told her, did you tell roommate BFF that you told her that it happened? Okay. All right. So she knows. So girlfriend now is more present. Girlfriend's inviting you to come over more. She's just more visible now because she decides. All right.
Right.
Your relationship with roommate BFF, how's that look? It's
Surprisingly, it was fine. Like
okay.
we were 100% platonic.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get to it. All right. So BFF is okay. All right. So what starts to happen from here now? Everything's out on the table. You're now
So at this time now, well, girlfriend decides that she wants to get a better apartment that we because the thing was the condo was nice.
Yep.
And so she's like, she's gonna get a better apartment. She wants me to move in with her, blah blah blah.
Okay. Now
Um,
how far in are we now? How long are you guys together now?
I want to say like not a year yet, but probably pretty close.
Okay. So we're in 2010 at this point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Want you to move in. So what do you say? What
So
you want?
because this was after like Christmas of '09 with her parents and all this. We did like a little winter getaway thing with her parents and blah blah blah. And so she's wanting to progress it. I'm open and honest, so she works up some trust. She's still okay with me being a roommate, but I spend a lot of time at her place anyway. So she's like, let's just get a place together, da da da.
Okay.
So we do that.
Okay.
Um, and I still had stuff at roommate BFF's condo.
Okay.
I was still paying the rent. So now I'm paying rent at both places
Why?
because I was using roommate BFF's. It was closer to school, so it was convenient. And I was very involved in school. Like I was president of student government. I was on the board of trustees. I was a lot like involved with the basketball team. So I'm like big man on campus, literally, because it was a small private school in New England. So I have a lot of late nights at school. So I kept it so I could sometimes just sleep there instead of going all the way to where girlfriend lives, because girlfriend lives 45 minutes away.
And girlfriend was okay with that.
Yeah. Because a lot of times she would come and spend the night there with me.
In the in the comments, would you be okay with this arrangement? I'll be honest. I mean, if you are, that's cool. Would you be okay with this arrangement? Okay. Okay. Some, not all no. Some said yes. Okay. All right. So you paying rent. So you're paying dual rent at this point.
Mhm.
So you're paying for your roommate BFF because it's closer to school. So how many? Give me the breakdown in a week. How many nights would you be spending at the condo versus at your new place?
So a lot of times I'd spend nights at the condo closer to the weekend because I would so this way. Saturday nights I'd be going to a girlfriend's house.
Okay.
And they're Sunday through usually probably Wednesday.
Okay.
Because Thursday night, by this time, so Thursday night I had started this reggae band. Thursday night I had reggae night that I was
Got
in
it.
the band performing.
Okay.
And
So
usually Friday, go
Thursday, Friday.
ahead.
So more nights you would be at girlfriend's house. So it'd be like
Right.
4 nights at girlfriend's house, 3 nights at the condo.
Thursday,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday at the condo usually.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So let's move forward. So what now? So what's starting to happen now?
So now man's just getting famous around town. I'm written up in the paper because this reggae band is like picking up steam. Um, I'm like performing at Sugarloaf Reggae Fest, which if anybody knows Sugarloaf in Maine, the Reggae Fest is a pretty decent deal. So like I'm performing at Sugarloaf and we're doing our thing. Girlfriend is even more present now because Mans is in this band and there is groupie activity.
Okay. Okay.
we had a late night where I was like, yo, I'm not coming home. I'm just gonna stay at the condo. You're more than welcome to come. She's like, if I do that though, I gotta leave early. I'm like, that's fine. We're working on a project anyway. So roommate with benefits and I call it roommate BFF. Roommate BFF and I were good at schoolwork. We were
Okay.
like straight A students.
Okay.
And so we study together a lot. It's a lot of like cadaver lab and anatomy and a lot of that stuff that's hard neuro that takes a lot of time and effort. So we study a lot. So we had, I think we were preparing for like a neuro quiz or something,
Okay.
and we were up late. Girlfriend went upstairs to bed. Roommate BFF and I were downstairs
Okay.
studying, and then we're watching TV. Um, we were making out. She was giving me head.
We just jump forward to that. So she goes up to go to sleep. You're studying and watching TV, and all of a sudden you just start making out.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
like you trip and fall and boom. No, I'm kidding. We were sitting on the couch together watching TV, and I, I think I'm pretty sure roommate BFF still had feelings because
oh, yeah, clearly.
she, snuggled up to me. I didn't really care. We were just watching TV. I kind of thought nothing of it, but at the same time, roommate BFF had phenomenal head game. So I was like, dang. I mean, legit, I didn't really think about it. So it kind of just happened.
Okay. Okay.
So
You
anyway,
making
um,
out, and then
remember, like I said, I don't promote or endorse infidelity, y'all. Serious disclaimer.
and that's all
So
that happened. She just gave you some head. That's it. Or you guys ended up having sex on the couch.
we did.
Okay. With girlfriend upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We did go back to studying, but we fell asleep on the couch.
So that was a study break.
It
That's
was
what
a
that was.
study.
Study.
It was a study. We were like, yo, let's watch House. Because funny enough,
And then you guys played house. Okay. Anyway, it's okay. No, we got to finish this story. So it led to sex on the couch, and then y'all went back to studying.
right.
Okay. Let's couch. All right. Now.
So I don't remember falling asleep. But sometimes you do that after sex. Anyway, we both fell asleep on the couch. We
Okay.
were snuggled up on the couch.
Okay. And
And
girlfriend is leaving early in the morning.
5:30 a.m. I wake up to what the F is going on? I was like, oh shoot. Girlfriend came downstairs and saw us on the couch. So she remembers there's been history, and we're usually very good at being separated around her. So now she sees us cuddled on the couch. It's a problem. I was like, yo, nothing is going on. We passed out. We were tired. We were studying. We decided to watch House, and we fell asleep. She's like, I don't have time to deal with this now. I gotta leave to go to work. We need to talk about this and but. And she was just losing her crap, going off. I'm like, all right, we'll deal with it, whatever.
Okay.
So now, man's had to move out.
Move out of the
And
condo. That was your
100%.
last day. That was your last day in the condo.
Yeah. Well, not the last day, but I had. Yeah, I never. Actually, you're right. I never spent another night there after that night.
Okay. All right.
Girlfriend and I talked about it, and smoothed things over.
Do you tell her? Do you admit to this one?
I did.
You did.
Yes. But it came up, and I kind of had planned to, but I wasn't ready. We
Okay. Heart wasn't
Huh?
ready. I said,
No, I was
okay.
trying to. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was trying to like figure out how to go about it because I'm like, she ain't an idiot. She knows. Um, I need to figure out how I'm gonna talk to her about it. But how I ended up having to have the conversation. We were at an all white party that I was hosting, and Crazy X showed up. Yeah, yeah. And she was Crazy X was kind of a bee. Thick, but of course Crazy X don't like her, blah blah. Who's this Shrek looking girl, yada yada. So I have to explain to girlfriend who Crazy X was.
And then
Um,
you just weaved in the infidelity that happened.
well, we were trying to have a heart to heart to see if we can salvage the relationship. And so I suggested that, we try. I'm going to be good. I'm going to move in with her full time. I'm going to stop playing band, all this stuff. I'm going to be straight up because I'm serious about her.
And that's when you told her about what happened?
That's what I told her, that actually you were right. Something did happen
So
that night.
you just piled that onto all the other stuff. You just kind of worked that in
But
there.
it wasn't really nothing. It was just a crazy ex. So it just brought everything up to the surface. So I had to discuss it at that point.
Okay. And so when you told her that, what happened? What happened and after all this heart to heart?
She was mad. She was flipping out. She was also mad because there was another night that she was asking me about. Now, I'll preface it with this. Remember, we went to school together.
Yes.
So I don't know everybody that she knows.
Okay.
There was a night that I never discussed, nobody ever discussed, because it was like it didn't happen. Roommate number two had brought a friend over that like mans.
Was this while with girlfriend?
Yes.
Did this happen after Jamaica and before house and head?
Yes. So it's right in the middle of that, but it was never discussed.
Okay.
But the reason I bring it up is because at the end, when girlfriend and I broke up, I put two and two together that roommate number two's friend knew girlfriend and knew me that I was with girlfriend.
Okay, so you slipped in another infidelity. All right, so let's tie this up because we close to the end of this. All right, so I'm gonna get back to that one. But you explain all of this. You admit to the infidelity. So what? You cut everything off. You've moved out. You're not in
I
band.
did.
You're at home.
Move into girlfriend's house now. We're both splitting rent. We're doing, everything together, acting like a family. I'm
Okay.
giving her advice on buying a home and all this stuff, going back to school for her doctorate.
Okay.
So I'm focused on graduate studies at this point, and girlfriend and I are planning to make it work.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, actually, we were taking mad trips by this point too, like going with me to New York. She never made it to Jamaica.
Okay.
Took her on a few trips, South Beach, blah, blah, blah. We're committed. We're it. Everybody now knows we're it.
Okay.
Randomly one day, and this is now early 11,
Okay.
I am headed to school, and now it's 45 minutes away. I'm
Okay.
headed to school, and I get a call from girlfriend. Hey, I'm not coming home this evening. When you get back from school, just start making preparations to move out. This is not working out.
Oh. Oh.
There was literally zero indication of anything being wrong.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, I can think of a few things that were wrong, but
no, I mean, just as far as like in our quote unquote home life, like we
Uh-huh.
had smashed the night before. Like, so when this conversation happened the next day, I was like, where's this coming from? She's like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going straight to my parents' house. Just let me know when you moved all your stuff out.
Okay.
So man's just like, okay. I was like, whatever. So I whipped around. I was on my way to school. I whipped around. I called roommate BFF and was like, yo, Lace says it ain't gonna work out. I mean, girlfriend says it ain't gonna work out. I'm gonna come to your crib. I gotta get a U-Haul and pack all my stuff up. So my BFF let my advisor know that I'm not gonna be there today because this program is like really rigid.
Sure.
So yeah, so it's not like, oh, I'm out of class and I'm out of class. Like she had to let the advisor know. She's like, I'm gonna help him. He's got to move. Blah blah blah. So roommate roommate BFF comes and helps me get a U-Haul and is helping me pack up.
Okay.
And she is like, okay, I mean, if y'all are done, you might as well go out with a bang. I'm moving out. I'm
What
moving out.
what did
Huh?
y'all do? What happened?
Oh, we just had sex in the house. Because initially, my mindset was, F it. So we packed up, moved most of my stuff in storage, and just my bed back to roommate BFF's. And then I called her and said, you ain't got to worry. You can go home tonight. All my stuff is out of your crib.
Okay.
So
Right.
now I'm back at roommate BFF's house. Me and
Right.
girlfriend are done. Man's is about a week later starting to feel real bad about it because I'm like, found out that roommate number two's friend, new girlfriend, and I'm thinking, oh, she probably heard about that night.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't blame her. And no, I didn't blame her. Like I said, I don't promote or condone infidelity. This was
But you
10
never
years
got
ago.
an answer though, so that was it. She never told you why she had you move out. No, nothing.
No, and I tried. It was like 30 days after we broke up. I reached out to her. I was like, yo, I'm coming to your work. She's like, don't show up, blah, blah, blah. I showed up anyway. I was like, yo, we need to talk this out because this is literally bugging me.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm done. So I'm like, you know what? If you're adamant that we're done, there's nothing I can do. I just wanted some closure, but I never got that.
Do y'all think men's deserved closure? Do y'all think he deserved closure?
Hell yeah, I was reformed.
Just lump sum yes, a lot of no's.
See, we got some yeses. Appreciate that, y'all. Man's needed closure.
All right. Is that everything? We don't need to get into future.
No, we don't. We definitely don't.
All right. Y'all,
The future thing was gonna come up because Crazy X like will still randomly hit me up. Oh, so okay, after all that happened, graduated school. I bought my own house now. Before I graduated. So I was living alone now because the roommate BFF thing I know wasn't gonna be long term because I knew that I can't do that because she had feelings and I didn't feel the same way.
right.
So I'd eventually bought my own house, and so I was living in my own home. Crazy X would show up to my house. Don't know how she always knows where I live, but Crazy X is crazy. We kind of remain friends. Like I still have her number. She will hit me up randomly even now, like, hey, I still think about you. While a girl is married, mind you. She'll hit me up, I still think about you, blah 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 blah. I heard this song that reminded me, but I don't feed into Crazy X.
All right. Let's get through this let me get through this recap if you need to add something to this, but we got to get this recap so I can wrap this up for everybody. All right, put a one. Can I get drink and snack emojis in the comments, please, for this recap? I will get through this very quickly. I was all right, y'all.
Y'all put some fire emojis in the comment, y'all.
Entanglements is man's, it's roommate BFF, Crazy X roommate number 2, and girlfriend, y'all. This happened in 2008, summer of 2008, y'all. Man's is fresh out the army. He moves back home. Now, when he's out of the army, he moves back to his home area, into the New England area with Crazy X. He had met Crazy X. They're about a year into their relationship. He had met Crazy X while he was in the midst of a divorce, y'all. Mid-divorce, he meets Crazy X. They started dating. They're about a year in. They moved back to their home area because they're both from the New England area. Well, Mans was doing an event one night because he did club promo on the side. He was doing an event, and Crazy X was with him. One of his military buddy walks up and smacks her on the backside, y'all. Man says, "What is that about?" And he figures military buddy didn't know they were together. But the fact that somebody was so familiar enough to feel comfortable to do that triggered him to think about some other incidences where he was suspicious of her fidelity. This leads later to a discussion. He finds out that she went on a cruise and made out with some guy. She said they didn't have sex, but he doesn't quite believe her. But they ended up breaking up, guys, breaking up. He ends up moving in with roommate BFF. Roommate BFF works with him at the casino. That's where he works at the time. She is in HR. He lets her know, you know, we broke up. I left the place. She's like, no problem. I got this 3-bedroom condo. You can rent a room for me. Perfect. It's roommate BFF. Roommate has roommate number 2, and now it's man. So it's 3 of them in a 3-bedroom condo. Crazy ex for about a month. Couple of months was like stalking, would show up to the casino, would show up to his condo, be sitting across the street in the park, some real crazy type stuff. For months she did it. She finally gives up, y'all. We're at the spring of 2009, and Mans decides, you know what, I'm gonna stop working at the casino. I want to go back to school. He convinces roommate BFF to join the same program. So they both leave the casino and go back at school. Now, guys, when Mans moved in with roommate BFF, sorry, y'all. It's the boat for me. I've never seen it. Thank you, Rob, for the boat. I appreciate it. Y'all, so he moves back in. 71 milli. He moves in with roommate BFF, guys. And roommate BFF turned into roommate with benefits, y'all. Once he moved in with roommate BFF, they started having a roommate benefit relationship. He said he didn't want to be in a relationship, but they were benefiting each other. So they are now living together, sleeping together, and also attending school together, okay? So they're doing all of these things together. So one day, Mans is coming back from a trip that he had taken. He shows up to this event, and girlfriend shows up. Girlfriend finds him very familiar. He says, I think I've seen you before. They start talking for about a month, and then they make it official. Mans realizes that girlfriend used to attend the school that he is currently attending with roommate BFF. Now, remember, he has roommate with benefits, and he starts dating girlfriend. Now, dating girlfriend, lets girlfriend know, hey, I had this trip to Jamaica planned with the roommates, so I'm still gonna take the trip. You cool with that? Girlfriend says, I'm cool, that's fine. During this time, girlfriend's coming over to the condo. Roommate BFF and roommate number 2 are very familiar with girlfriend. So everybody's cool. They go to the trip to Jamaica, party. Roommate number 2 leaves with Mans's friend, takes off, and says they'll be back the next day. Mans and roommate BFF head back to the hotel. Roommate BFF and Mans had been drinking. There had been a lot of smoking. And roommate BFF admits that she has feelings for Mans, admits that she's kind of upset that he started dating girlfriend. And Mans shuts it down, but they end up having sex in the car, y'all. Have sex in the car, and that's it. So they go back to the hotel, get back home. On the way back home on the plane, they have a discussion, and Mans tells roommate BFF, listen, I am with a girlfriend. This can't happen anymore. And roommate BFF seems to be okay with it. They get back to the condo, y'all. They get there. He invites girlfriend over for some dinner. I need y'all to picture this. He invites girlfriend over for some dinner with roommates BFF there and roommate number 2. They have dinner, then they go to another room in the house where Mans admits to girlfriend that in Jamaica, roommate BFF admitted that she had feelings for him and they had sex. Girlfriend gets upset. She just said, you know, I'm not surprised, but I'm going to be around more. So girlfriend is now more present. She is okay with this. Girlfriend, for whatever reason, was okay with them, you know, finding out that they had sex together, stays in the relationship, but now she's around all the time. She's being at the house more. She's having Mans come to her place more. Okay, so she's trying to be more present about this. And eventually girlfriend says, you know what? I want you to move in with me. I'm going to get a new place. I want you to move in. Man says, okay, I'll do that, but I need to keep the place at the condo, y'all. So picture this now, y'all, okay? So Mans is now paying rent with girlfriend, paying rent at the condo because it's closer to school. Man spends 3 of the 4 nights a week at the condo with roommate 2 and roommate BFF. Girlfriend sometimes also stays at the condo with him during those late nights. But this is Mans' life right now. And everything seemed to be just fine. Everybody seems to agree. During this time, Mans starts a reggae band. Put a 1 in the comment if you knew Mans had a reggae band. Had no idea that's part of a reggae band. Man starts a whole reggae band. The reggae band starts to take off. Apparently, he's starting to get some clout and gets a little fame. Girlfriend is now even more ever present because, you know, he's got groupies now, so she's got to be around some more. So she's spending more time there. One night, man says, you know what? I can't come home tonight, girlfriend. I have to stay at the condo. You're welcome to come over, but I've got a late night project to work on. Girlfriend says, all right, I'm coming over, but I got to leave early in the morning. She comes over. Roommate BFF and mans are studying and doing a project. Girlfriend says, I'm going to bed. He says, all right. They're doing a late night project, y'all. They decide to take a study break. They take said study break and they go and sit on the couch. They sit on the couch and they're watching House. And all of a sudden, man says, you know, you just kind of, things just kind of trip and you fall into place. And they end up making out. And he ends up getting some head, which then ends up leading to them having sex on the couch while girlfriend is sleeping in the room. They fall asleep. At 5:30 in the morning, girlfriend wakes up and Mans is woken up to what? Oh, it's after 9:15. Girlfriend, he wakes up to girlfriend saying, what the fuck is going on here? And she is upset. He's pissed. He said, you know what? I don't know. We just fell asleep. It's no big deal. We'll have to talk about this later. Girlfriend says, I got to go to work. Mans ends up moving out very shortly after. Let's just say after that night, Mans never spent another night in that condo for the relationship's sake. He ends up moving out. He is at an all-white party shortly after. Crazy ex shows up, causes drama, which leads to girlfriend having to have another conversation with Mans. And Man says, you know what, since we're having this heart-to-heart, I might as well lay it all out there. And that's when he tells her that night where you woke up early in the morning, you were right. We did end up having sex and all of that went down. Girlfriend says, you know what, you need to cut everything off. So he decides to cut everything off, quits the band, no more late nights going over there, committed to the relationship. Everything's all about making the relationship work. One random day, he gets a call from girlfriend as he's leaving to school. And she says, you know what, I'm not coming home tonight. When you get off, just prepare and move your stuff out and let me know when you're gone. And that's it. No explanation. Well, man immediately moves out that day. Guess who he calls to help him move out, y'all? Roommate BFF. Roommate BFF comes, helps him get a U-Haul, starts helping him pack up his stuff. And roommate BFF says, well, you might as well go out with a bang. And just before they leave girlfriend's house, they decide to have sex in the house. I don't know where they had sex. They probably just had sex
in her bed.
They have sex in her bed before he moves out. As he leaves, he sends her a message and tells her, don't worry about it. You can come back tonight. I'm all moved out. Mans, I'm not even gonna ask you if I got everything because there's probably more. There's people in this box